What is up, everybody, and welcome back to Monday Night in the Pit, one of the oldest series on this channel that I honestly have not done in probably, like 4 years? Whatever? I don't know. If you're new to the channel, I did this back during the good old Halo Reach days in 2012 and 13, where I asked you guys a question and featured your responses here. I did it on my community tab, and I got a ton of responses, so I'm going to try and talk through as many of it as I can with you. Now, the question I asked was, what's your favorite thing about Reach, MCC, or PC right now? And what is one thing that absolutely needs to change right now? So let's start with Denny, one of my oldest subscribers here on the channel. Heck yes, dude. Favorite thing has been that the title update settings are in from the get-go. And Team Hardcore is no bloom, no sprint. Least favorite is having to wait for Forge on PC. Denny, thanks for all the years of support. For anybody listening, you actually don't have to wait for Forge on PC. If you Google Hex Editor Forge Halo Reach PC, you will find plenty of tutorials that show you how you can get into Forge right now. It's not optimized for PC, and I think the reason 343 held off on it is because they're still working on better controls. But yeah, you can actually Forge right now on PC. Just Google Hex Editor Halo Reach PC. Michael Steele, Halo Reach on PC in 4K. What's not to love? Least favorite, can't instant add Steam friends. Need Xbox Live names. Yeah, that is a weird one. I don't think it's going to change because of the way file share works. You actually have to search for a player's Xbox Live gamer tag to look for their file share things. And I agree with you. It'd be nice to play with people just right off the bat or recognize them from Steam. Raids FPS. Oh, this one's long. Let's drop down the fold. Favorite thing by far is variable frame rate, FOV slider, and of course 343's transparency with development of the game coming to PC. I have two major critiques with the current state of the game. First off, I think there should be more competitive modes than just 4s and Invasion. I think 2s and 1v1s need a lot more appreciation and can be very fun. Secondly, with centered crosshairs, it makes it much more necessary to incorporate a view model position changer. Similar to CSGO, the gun should still be pointing in the direction of the crosshairs, but at less intrusive of an angle. Love your vids, keep it up. Yo, thanks Raids, I appreciate that. And yeah, view model shifter would be great. I honestly think you guys should follow Game Sheet and Zedekins over on Twitter. I'll leave a link to them in the description below. Very prominent modders in the Halo scene, and I imagine you're probably gonna see view model movement stuff. If not, I bet people have already done it, is basically what I'm saying. So, good point, man. Yeah, if you could just come into the settings, that'd be rad. Outlaw, awesome. I don't know why, but I thought of Destiny the show right now, man. I miss it. I hope Diddy is doing good, though. I just talked to Diddy this morning. He's doing really well. He is a married man and just loving life. We both miss Destiny the show, and anybody who remembers the podcast and still supporting the channel, thanks very much. So, Patrick Maloney. Biggest thing I think should be changed ASAP is the 8,000 point limit on the performance bonus. That gets frustrating pretty quickly. Yeah, I think they started conservatively, and I think the overall system needs some tuning because I'm looking at this battle pass going, I really want to get Pilot, which is tier 70 something. I played 20 hours this week, and I think I still am, what, tier 17, 15? I don't know, I'd have to look at it, but tier 70 seems a long way off since it keeps scaling, but we'll just have to see. We'll have to see what they do, dude. Thanks for the comment. Beetle, love the gaming 100%, but they need to add more ranked and hardcore playlists with no bloom like ranked 2s, free for all, and maybe a ranked team slayer. Yeah, no bloom, no sprint is the best game type in Reach, hands down. And I have to admit, you guys, I talked about this a lot on the channel leading up to the release of Reach. This is not a sequel, and Reach had so many problems when it comes down to its multiplayer game design. Okay, bloom and a lot of the decisions in multiplayer were frustrating, and I think a lot of people's rose-colored glasses are starting to fall off. But if you want to play the absolute pinnacle of good game type settings for like competitive play, it's no bloom, no sprint. It's MLG V7 what they have in there. So I definitely sympathize with wanting to see that extended to other playlists. John Kovacs, I really miss your Halo content. Thank God Reach came out and everyone took to it. Yeah, man, I'm stoked. This release went really, really well. Thanks for the support. Skender Garcia, the auto aim is insane on controller. They don't have to remove, but they should tone it down. I've played on both mediums, and there's way too much of an advantage. So here's my stance on this, you guys. It's complicated. It's very complicated, but I do agree with you in a certain extent. But it's hard because up close, controller is the way to go. When you're playing the hardcore playlist, pretty much everybody's on controller. For good reason, shot strings matter dramatically. And holding and tracking, this game was built for controller. Okay, this is the exact same aim assist values as it was on the console. So this whole gameplay sandbox was designed around controller. But that doesn't mean that mouse players should be handicapped when it comes to the 4v4 close-up stuff. Mouse players at long distance and sniping have a huge advantage in my opinion. Like, it's way easier. But unless you're just grinding BTB and getting big maps like Hemorrhage, like, who cares? Does it really matter at the end of the day? I don't know what they can do regarding aim assist, and I want to see crossplay between Xbox One and PC more than anything. But yeah, I play both mouse and I play both controller. One of the frustrating things here with the mouse side of things, dude, is mainly, like, if you strong side and you're using a mouse, like if you're fighting an opponent who's strong siding away from you, you don't really get the benefit of the magnetism element that the controller gives you. If you don't know what strong siding is, guys, it's where you look at the floor while you're running away so that the opponent has a harder time hitting your head hitbox. It slightly lowers the head hitbox. For whatever reason, when you're playing on mouse and somebody's strong siding away, it's like the magnetism value isn't the same. That shot is easier to hit on a controller than it is on a PC. Maybe it's best if I show that on the channel in the future, but I imagine this is going to continue to be the main talking point for a lot of PC players for a while. So any solutions, ideas, you know. Oh, huge comment. Cool Hand 208. Favorite thing. I'll say access to Reach's custom games. Blah, 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 blah. It's a long enough comment. I got to skim through it, my dude. Need to change. Tough to pick one, but I'd say replacing True Skill 1 with True Skill 2 as the game's skill assessor system. With that said, a couple of really close runner-ups would have to be the control customization limitations and not featuring Zero Bloom within the vast majority of 4s, FFA, and 2v2 modes. Here's an example of what I'm looking for regarding the controller settings. All right, so on the True Skill stuff, I don't know enough about the difference between the two systems. However, I will tell you, I think the playlists are the biggest setbacks right now for Reach on PC. I think they absolutely need to rework what game types and maps are in the playlist themselves, and I fully agree that more no bloom, no sprint variants would be awesome, and a wider map variety. Seriously, like, we had a lot of flights for Halo Reach. Why did we not get the chance to offer feedback about the playlist hopper and the game type stuff? That is the thing, that's the low-hanging fruit that I think you could change immediately and would radically improve the experience for a ton of players. Scott Clay! I feel like the whole of multiplayer should be no bloom, not just hardcore. Also, 1 or 2 more ranked modes and take away ranked invasion. I don't get why invasion needs to be ranked in the first place. Amen, I agree with that, dude. One thing I love about Reach MCC would be the campaign. Somebody feels reliving it. I first played the campaign when I was 13, and playing through it as an adult, almost 22, has not been any easier to get through. George, we made it count, buddy. Awesome, thanks for the comment, Scott. Eddie Chuckle Nuggets. Sorry, dude. We need community servers. Yeah, that'd be sick. Where you can do just crazy stuff. I'm pretty sure, again, follow Game Cheat and Zedekins in the links in the description. They are main modders that are doing some pretty cool stuff, dude. Joey, Femia, get rid of all the 2-tank maps. It makes them so boring. I don't know what you mean with the 2-tank maps, like BTB heavy stuff or what. Warborn, favorite thing, Halo finally being on PC. What needs to change? Armor unlock pathing system is lame. I don't want to unlock 40 different helmets I don't want to use before I can unlock the one that I want. I don't want to unlock 5 different firefight voices. You just want to unlock the stuff that I get it. I totally get it, Warborn. Look, dude, the original Reach PC customization system was brilliant because you earned points across every playlist, including campaign, and you could save it up and buy what you wanted. A few of the pieces were locked by your progression. However, you still got the choice to pick what you want and spend your money on. This linear pathway, I agree, totally does not emulate the best elements of Reach's original PC customization, or Reach's original customization stuff for PC. So I'm wholeheartedly with you on that one. Manny Rulin, love the game so far entirely. Really want them to add in crossplay though. A lot of my friends who I grew up playing Halo with either can't afford or don't want to build a PC, and it sucks being separated. I think bringing the whole Halo community together would be an awesome thing to do. I fully agree. I think if they can implement crossplay, that would be probably the most beneficial thing for Halo in the last 5 years, maybe the last decade, uniting the player base. Granted, I think we've seen mouse. I think players, now that we've had a wider array of people trying Halo on mouse, there are some elements that I hope that Halo Infinite is looking very closely at when it comes to mouse play. D-scope being one of them, because D-scope is very irritating on a mouse. On a controller, it was a great mechanic, but on mouse, I find it to be quite frustrating. So it's revealing a lot of stuff that I hope the developers are chewing on and thinking about for upcoming Halo releases, right? Because again, Reach is not a sequel. This is the chance to get to play an old title nowadays on PC, and it's going to be tough for players, myself included, to not balance one and want changes to a 10-year-old title, basically. All right. Danny, loved the campaign and seeing your Spartan as Noble 6, but I really hope they change or improve the current level system, getting all the helmets first, and then rest is a bit slow. Yeah, I hear you, man. Half pint. What I like, how clean they brought everything back. Oh, here we go, reads more. What needs to change ASAP? Bring Bungie's name back into the Pillar of Autumn sequence at the end of the Reach campaign. I understand that Bungie had nothing to do with MCC, but it feels like such a low blow to wipe their name from the game they created. I don't know, I'm pretty sure they just pulled whatever the file was for the final build for Reach and dropped that in, but that's an interesting thought process there. I bet you PC modders would be able to do that pretty quickly. Bishop Plaque. I personally am not a fan of the progression system, but it's whatever. Also, you're the YouTuber I've been watching pretty often the longest. Seriously, love your videos. Just wanted to tell you to keep doing what you're doing. It's great. Dude, thanks, Bishop. I really appreciate that. And I agree, progression system could use some improvement. What MCC did well, says Friends Boyette. All the graphics options and the fact that it looks great even on a potato PC. Really hope that 343 won't suddenly require higher specs for the newer games. I doubt it. I think Reach would probably be the most demanding out of all of them. Maybe Halo 4. So anyway, what MCC needs to do better? Reduce the chance for DMR starts. Not remove them entirely, mind you, but a healthy mix between DMR starts and AR Magnum starts would be good, especially in BTB. Yeah, it's almost as if DMR starts for BTB isn't the best option for the current map pool. I agree with you wholeheartedly. This is a conversation me and my group have continually. When we're playing BTB and Hemorrhage comes up, or the larger maps come up, the controller gets put down and I immediately switch to mouse and keyboard, and it turns into these really boring long-range engagements. Like if you've played Hemorrhage, DMR starts. It's awful. Ugh, it's just so slow. Hemorrhage snipers, oh, awesome. That's great. But there needs to be a little bit more curated thought going into the playlists and the hopper stuff that's going down there. All right, Silvercrest, all the new terrible teammates. It is funny seeing a whole new generation of players trying out Reach for the first time. And it is funny, set your watch to it, guys, because the honeymoon period is wearing off. All of the criticisms and controversy from 10 years ago, I'm getting to start to relive it and see it again on Twitter. And it's like, no duh, Bloom is irritating you guys. Welcome to 10 years ago. Welcome to Reach, okay? I feel like I'm June over here. Let's see. OCCY plays. Aussie plays. Aki plays. Favorite thing would be having PC options like uncapped frames and mouse and keyboard. Audio needs to be improved ASAP though. It's impossible to tell if someone is right behind you, which makes modes without motion tracker very frustrating. Yeah, it is old school. It's an old school audio system. I don't think you're gonna see them improving it, dude, because that would go back into them like rewriting the code. And the team that handled this port is not the team that built this thing from the ground up. You know what I mean? It's spaghetti code. Reach, at the point it got to there, it's just a mess of different Havoc elements, and the engine is just straight up spaghetti code. So I agree, but I think it's probably just going to be a reality of Reach as they, I'm hoping, transition to Halo CE port. So, Ardent Paragon. I've been loving being able to play Reach with my buddies and realize that the game was just as good as the day as it came out. Sucks there is no Forge on PC. Reminder, again, there is Forge on PC right now. Just gotta check out the Hex editor, my friend. Ducks for sale. Game feels flawless on keyboard and mouse, but they need to get mods going ASAP. Mods are going ASAP, my friend. And you can download plenty of them. It just requires some good Googleage and some YouTubing. There's lots of mods going around right now. Lyle the Iceman. I really like that name, dude. Let's see here. My favorite part of Reach on PC is being able to play custom games again with large groups. I've had groups of 14 all playing custom maps and game modes we were able to download through file sharing. Some of the most fun I've had in nearly a decade. I don't think the progression system is great. It would be nice to have a return to form and gain points to spend towards the armor you actually want. Yeah, I fully agree, my dude. Thank you for the comment. Only on Tuesdays. Being able to experience the glory days of multiplayer again. It is kind of fun. Old school shooters are good stuff, dude. Good time, Charlie. Hey, BBK, I know you're on the Halo train right now, but did you hear about Titanfall 2 numbers since it went on PSN for free? It's insane. I hope it lasts. Me too. I actually just saw Iniquity tweet out a picture of almost 80,000 people on Titanfall 2 PS4. You guys, that is so incredible. That is so incredible. I know right now the Reach train is hard on the channel, and I'm going to keep doing it. You know, the YouTube algorithm right now is in a weird spot where it feels like if you try and do variety, it punishes you. Like it looks at videos, it's like, oh, this is really well performing. Keep feeding me apples. And if you're like, here's the banana, it's like, oh, well, we're not going to show your subs the next video then. Oh, keep giving us apples. So I am planning on doing more Titanfall stuff, but that is amazing. It's so, so cool to see that happening, okay? Only a few comments left here, guys. We're going to do a big one this week. Good time, Charlie. Hey, BBK. Oh yeah, I'm stupid. Sorry. Masco, this guy is so awesome, man. Nice. Favorite thing is definitely the fact that the multiplayer populations are a lot better and that Halo is reaching a whole new audience. Pun fully intended. What needs to change? They should bring back daily and weekly challenges, including campaigns, so people can earn armor progress through that as well. Oh yes, dude, I fully agree. Daily and weekly challenges were a big part of Reach. Oscar Rodriguez. Oh my gosh, I missed this. You did not miss it, dude. You did not miss it. Ben Picard. Favorite. Bloom at 85% feels like it actually rewards me for pacing rather than punishing me for even shooting at all. Needs to change. DLC maps need their weighting reduced. In Social Slayer 4s, most of them don't play well in Reach's sandbox, especially with title update settings. Spawns in general feel terrible this time around, and they're especially bad on some of the DLC maps. High Noon in particular is a miserable one for both reasons. TU DMR makes the map super boring, and the spawns are absolutely god-awful. You flip side, yeah. I guess that's sort of two things, but I agree with you, Ben. They have CEA maps coming in the hopper all the time. CEA maps were made for the CEA sandbox at their core. Yes, they had modernized variants, but they still were made for the CEA multiplayer and not title update DMR starts. Okay, and I agree, it is very, very frustrating for me because CEA is one of my favorite times in all of my YouTube channel and all of gaming FPS stuff. And so I'm very much on the same wavelength with you here, and CEA should be a playlist here pretty soon. All right, Mr. Blobby 15. It's pretty much impossible to find an armor unlock you have unlocked after you have looked at them, so maybe make them a yellow color when unlocked, and I want to see who's playing in PC and who's on Xbox in the scoreboard when playing and after the match report. There's nobody playing on Xbox and PC together right now. There is no crossplay between Xbox and PC, so you're only playing with PC players. I think you're maybe saying you want to know if somebody's using a controller or a mouse. Well, I can tell you the way that feels. Just get into a close-up gunfight with you, and you will know if they're on mouse and keyboard or a controller. Great responses, you guys. I think you hit on actually some of the best points of feedback there, and I really was happy to see that these all seem like realistic things that can be changed pretty quickly. Biggest thing for me, I said it throughout this video a bunch, map types, map variants, that stuff. Honestly, I would be very happy if 343 put out like a survey for all the insiders. And again, you guys can join the insider program, and you should join the insider program to be eligible for the upcoming flights whenever they're going to start testing the next stuff. I really would want them to see, maybe put out a survey to people. What game types and maps do you want to see? What do you think of these current things? Because right now, it's low-hanging fruit. They could change and improve really, really quickly. Thanks so much, dude. Monday Night in the Pit is back. Speaking of that, I got to throw out the next show's topic. All right, so for the next show's topic, I want to know, what do you guys think is the timeline for releases for the Halo games coming to PC next year? If you don't know, 343 is bringing each of the MCC titles over to PC one at a time and in chronological order according to the story. So Combat Evolved, Halo 2, Halo 3, etc. When do you guys reasonably expect Halo CE is going to hit PC? You think it's February, March, June, whatever? And what do you sort of see the timeline being next year? Do you think they're going to get out all these games before Infinite, which is what, holiday 2020 or something? Or do you think it's going to take longer than that? I'm really curious to know, and not just like, what do you think is realistic? What do you want? What do you want to see? What do you think is good? If like you're a Halo player and you're like vibing on this Reach PC stuff right now, when do you think it's a good timeline to keep you hyped as a player, to keep you engaged to where it's not like, I fell off the bus, it's like August of next year and there's still no Halo CE. You know what I mean? So let me know what you think about that down in the comments below. If you guys enjoyed the return of Monday Night in the Pit, please let me know by subscribing to the channel, hit the alarm bell so you know when my uploads go live, and follow me over on Twitter at BBKDragoon. Thank you guys so much for the support. The channel has just been cranking so much lately and it means a ton. So hope you have a good rest of your week, and I will see you again very soon.